What person do you hope is in hell? The guy who created the Liberty commercial. And all those fucks who caused 9/11. Jimmy Savile. Vladimir Putin. The devil. What do you prefer, eating raw than cooked? Watermelon. Edit. Thanks for all the upvotes. I was just trying to make a joke and thought, what food have I never heard of being cooked, and this is what I came up with. Cookie dough. Carrots. Cucumber. People of Reddit, what's the worst feeling in the entire world? The loss of a loved one, albeit a person or an animal. Heartbreak, no matter what the cause. Survivor's guilt. Finding your fridge empty. What is something you didn't notice at first but now can't stop seeing it everywhere? Electromagnetism. Corn cob pipes. The decline of the United States. I really used to think it was the best, however. Just because things are worse elsewhere. Ironically enough. Usually due to being ravaged by the US and its allies. Doesn't mean that things can't be better here. I hear an increasing number of voices expressing concern for their safety. Historic events seem to be the norm nowadays, and I worry about what's to come. Drinking water protection zone signs. Apparently they always existed. Never noticed them. They are everywhere. Hey Americans, excluding firearms, what is your favorite zombie apocalypse weapon of choice? Polearms. Armies all over the world primarily used spears for fighting wars. So a spear. With a blade on the end. A sword. I don't know how effective they'd actually be in such a scenario. I just want to die swinging a sword. Bow. It's nice and quiet, so won't draw more zombies when you shoot one. Gerrymandering to make sure they can't win elections and elect other zombies. Is the show, Community, worth a watch? What kind of humor is it? It's a great show. I've seen it twice. Humor is slapstick at times. Sarcasm at other times. It's a classic 20 minutes watch show. Storyline is not very deep, but at times you go, whoa. Single quote. Worth a watch. Short answer. Yes. Long answer. If you don't, your street's behind. 100%. Really well-written characters. Humor tends to be a good balance between slapstick and intelligent, with a somewhat absurd, over-the-top bent. All in all, the show is streets ahead. Watch it for Annie's boobs. Who is one musician you would bring back from the dead? Jeff Buckley, just died too young. Wish to have heard what he would have created in later years. Jimi Hendrix. Easy. SRV. Definitely Cliff Burton from Metallica. He was an amazing bassist and never reached his full potential. You are made the head of the FBI. What is your first order? I'm gonna need to see all the fun files. I'm about to start a true crime podcast. Order 66. Obviously. We will systematically figure out who all of Epstein's customers are. And not just his customers, but also secondary and tertiary parties involved in the pedophile, human trafficking ring. Are you the contractor who poured the concrete for his basement sex dungeon? Your ass is on notice. Lunch. Who is the most famous person among your friends or relatives? Tim Tebow. Most people in the pub know Dave. My family is friends with Anthony Rizzo and his family. My cousin Christy. She was on Gas Monkey Garage for a while. People of Reddit who eat loud as pigs. Smacking their lips for all the room to hear with every bite. Why? They grew up in a barn. What do you expect? Poor upbringing. Nom nom nom. 'Cause how else can I express how tasty it is? How did you stand up against your family's beliefs? Stop believing in God. Being a lesbian. Stop caring for the men in the family and proving I can make it on my own without starting a family. At a young age. I quit being a practicing Catholic in 2015. Tell them when you're moved out. Even then. Don't tell them if you want to stay on good terms. If you don't care, then just be sure you have your own place before anything and pick the right time to express your own beliefs. You're your own person. You're not your mother. You're not your father. If you want to express your belief in Trump or Biden, then you have every right to do so. I'm just using that as an example. Of course. Regardless. If you know they'll react negatively and you don't want to ruin your relationship with them, then just keep it to yourself. If you want your beliefs to be known, then have something to fall back on. Eventually they'll ignore your beliefs and come to terms that you're their child and they should love you regardless. If you've got batshit crazy parents, then just cut them off entirely. Stress can kill in high enough doses. Said I'm gay. Quit the church. And now I can't call my mom's side of the family their respective titles. Like grandma or uncle. They are now just names. If you were to fake your death, how would you do it? Come back to life 3 days later and write a book. As a middle-aged man, just fake a hiking trip in a national park. One burnt-out campsite and a couple of molars later. I'm off the grid, baby. Delete all my current socials. Restart all my games and stuff. Remove all friends. And then replay everything again and rejoin media. I am not doing this, which is why I am saying it aloud. Why would I fake it when I can do it for real and vanish without a trace? What was funny 20 years ago but now it isn't? Cross-dressers. Pushing people into pools. That will just ruin their phones. Conservatives voting against their best interests. I was re-watching Married with Children. That show did not age well at all, lol. Some of it is still funny, but some is just cringe.